Afternoon, everyone, and welcome. My name is Rishi Bargava, and I go to William Lyon Mackenzie.
And my name is Red Logan, and I'm a student at Earl Haig Secondary. We will be your MCs for today, and we are so pleased to welcome you to this year's Asian Heritage Month celebration.
This year's theme for Asian Heritage Month is Joining Our Table, celebrating Asian Canadians.
With over 40% of TDSB students self-identifying as Asian, this year's theme encourages us to learn about and celebrate the traditions, customs, and contributions to Canadian diversity that this heritage brings. We can't wait for you to see all of the students and performers' hard work.
Without further ado, please rise, if you're able, for the reading of the land acknowledgement read by Gaurav Ladhar and Radha Patel from Emory Collegiate Institute and the playing of O Canada.
Hello and welcome. My name is Gaurav Ladar.
Hi, my name is Radha Patel and we are students from Emory Collegiate Institute.
I request for everyone to please stand up for the pledge of the land acknowledgement.
We acknowledge we are hosted on the lands of the Mississauga, of the Anishinaabe, the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, and the Wendat.
We also recognize the enduring presence of all First Nations, Métis, and Inuit peoples.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please be seated. Next, we would like to welcome the chair of the TDSB, Trustee Rachel Chernos-Lynn.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much. I'm so honored to join you at the virtual launch and the celebration of Asian Heritage Month at the TDSB. This month is an opportunity for us to celebrate the rich and diverse cultures, histories, and contributions of Asian Canadians to our schools and throughout our city. The TDSB is proud to honor and learn about our Asian community, which makes up more than 40%, as you already heard, of the TDSB student body. The Asian community has played a significant role in shaping Canada's cultural landscape, and it is essential that we recognize and celebrate these contributions. From the earliest days of settlement to the present, Asian Canadians have made significant contributions to Canada and Toronto's growth and development in many fields, including arts, culture, business, education, and politics. Throughout the month of May, we will have the opportunity to learn about and celebrate the rich history and diversity of Asian cultures. We will explore the contributions of Asian Canadians to our society and the challenges and struggles that many Asian communities have faced historically, and in some cases continue to face today. As we celebrate Asian Heritage Month, let us all recommit ourselves to promoting inclusivity and diversity in our schools and in our wider communities. We must work together to create safe, welcoming, and inclusive environments where all students belong, where all staff belong, and where families, regardless of their background or ethnicity, feel included and a sense of belonging. I want to thank you again for joining us as we kick off this important celebration and month. It is my sincere hope that we use this occasion to come together, to build bridges, and to celebrate the many contributions of Asian communities throughout our schools and our city. Thank you.
Thank you so much for those words, Chair Lynn. Please now welcome the TDSB's Director of Education, Colleen Russell-Rollins, to kick us off for today's festivities.
Thank you very much. It is my pleasure to join you all today to celebrate Asian Heritage Month at the TDSB. At the TDSB, Heritage Months are opportunities to learn and celebrate the diversity of our students, families, staff, and communities across the city. There's a great deal of joy, personal growth, and understanding that is found in learning about the richness of our own identities, as well as the heritage and histories that are not our own. The diversity of Asian identities has been intentionally reflected in the program today. Congratulations, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing the performances you have prepared. From helping to build our country for more than a century, to employing thousands of Canadians in small businesses today and supporting families and communities as professionals, teachers, scientists, caregivers, essential workers, Asian Canadians have contributed so much from one part of our country to the other. This month, we have such a wonderful opportunity to learn about the remarkable stories of so many Asian Canadians. In my own learning so far, I've delved deeper into the stories of some familiar names and learned about some outstanding Asian Canadians for the first time. I learned about Professor Payam Akhavan, who was born in Iran and became a Canadian citizen in 1980. Akhavan became the youngest prosecutor of war crimes in the history of the United Nations at age 26. I was very familiar with the work of architect Raymond Moriyama, as he was responsible for designing some of my favorite buildings in Toronto. One, namely, and it's very timely, the Ontario Science Centre. I was just there last week and thought about him. I learned, however, that his family was separated and placed in different internment camps for Japanese Canadians during the Second World War. It may surprise you that I knew nothing about the internment of Japanese Canadians until I was in grade 10 in high school. Such an important moment and time in Canadian history. After surviving that experience, Raymond finished his undergraduate degree at the University of Toronto and his master's at McGill University. I was reminded by one of my favorite novels written by award-winning author Sharon Bala, who was born in Dubai but grew up in Ontario and now lives in Newfoundland. The novel, The Boat People, tells the story of a group of refugees from Sri Lanka's civil war who survived the treacherous ocean voyage to Canada. Once here, the characters in the novel are faced with many new challenges, including the threat of deportation and accusations of terrorism. This book is incredibly memorable. I was reminded of this thought-provoking and timely novel and inspired to revisit it again. These are just a few examples of the many remarkable stories that you will have the opportunity to learn about this month. This year's Asian Heritage Month theme is Joining Our Table, Celebrating Asian Canadians. This theme reflects the importance of celebrating the many contributions of Asian Canadians and the rich diversity that exists within the Asian community. While we recognize the positive contribution and history of Asian Canadian communities, we must also recognize that this history has been painful at times, and Asian Canadians continue to face racism and discrimination. Joining our table is both an important metaphor for what's possible when we come together and an invitation. The discussions that happen at various tables often turn individual efforts into collective will and determination to improve our lives. And I know that together we can uplift and recognize Asian identities, not just in May, but in every day, and in different ways, so that Asian Canadians feel a sense of greater belonging, as the chair has said, respect and inclusion. Lastly, I want to thank the Asian Heritage Month Committee, students, communities, and guests for all their efforts in organizing this event and the many activities throughout this month. Please know that your work enriches the learning experience for so many students across the TDSB and is deeply appreciated. Happy Asian Heritage Month to all of you, and thank you. And a special hello to Rishi and Ren, who are part of a central student group. So nice to see you. Thank you and have a great day.
Now, here are the first in a series of brief messages from Parkdale Public School students called On Being Asian. We will be sharing more of these throughout the event today.
For me, Asian Heritage Month means many things. Asian Heritage Month means having the representation that many of us Asians were stripped of. This month gives us time to celebrate the many contributions and achievements of the different and diverse Asians all over Canada. This month of May also gives us the time to finally recognize and honor the rich history, culture, and traditions of our diverse communities. Many times before, people would ask me where I'm from, and when I say I'm Asian, they would think I'm wrong. But finally, us Asians get recognized for who we are, no matter if we're South Asian, Central Asian, West Asian, or more. This month gives every Asian person a time to get recognized and represented for their diverse selves. Now I will be saying a poem from my country, Bangladesh. সকালে উঠিয়া আমি মনে মনে বলি সারাদিন আমি যেন ভালো হয়ে চলি আদেশ করেন যাহা মোর গুরুজনে আমি যেন সেই কাজ করি ভালো মনে ভাই বোন সকলে যেন ভালোবাসি একসাথে থাকি যেন সব মিলেমিশি ভালো ছেলেদের সাথে মিশে করি খেলা পাটের সময় যেন নাহি করি হেলা সুখী যেন নাহি হয় আর কারো দুঃখে মিছে কথা খবু যেন নাহি আসে মুখে সাবধানে যেন লোভ সামলিয়ে থাকে কিছুতে কাহারে যেন নাহি দেই ফাঁকি ঝগড়া না করি খাবু কারো শোনে সকালে উঠিয়ে এই বলি মনে মনে Parkdale, yay!
Personally to me, Asian Heritage Month means raising awareness about lesser-known countries as well as recognizing the history and accomplishments of those of Asian descent. When people think of Asia, they immediately think of China, Korea, or Japan as they are the more well-known countries. What some of them don't know is that there are so many smaller countries that contribute to their everyday lives like clothes, resources, food, and more. Some lesser-known countries are Brunei, Laos, Myanmar, Lebanon, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Mongolia, and many more. Another thing some people don't know is that it's not just East Asia or South Asia. Asia is classified into 6 regions: North Asia, East Asia, Southeast Asia, Central Asia, and Western Asia. There are various languages spoken as well as food and different religions. Asia is a very large and diverse continent that represents so many amazing cultures, religions, and people.
Parkdale, woo!
Thank you to Anusha and Regina for those reflections. Next up, please welcome the ILE Tibetan class of Dr. Rita Cox-Kina Minoguk PS to perform a beautiful Tibetan song titled Kelpa Song So.
Megan Cox, Kinnaminnegock Public School. Yay!
Next, please welcome Kamishka from Parkdale Public School to share with us a Tamil nursery rhyme called Kuva Kuva Vatu.
வணக்கம் அனைவருக்கும் குவா குவா வாத்து குள்ள குள்ள வாத்து மெல்ல உடலை சாய்த்து மேலும் கீழும் பார்த்து மெல்லமாக நடக்கும் சின்னி மணி வாத்து. நன்றி. பட்டோல், yay!
Asian Heritage Month means to me is to honor the achievements that the Asians have accomplished, like shaping countries and community. It's also to show awareness, education, and mutual understanding about unique history that they have. The month also highlights the rich diversity of Asian cultures. Parkdale!
What does Asian Heritage Month mean to you? To me, Asian Heritage Month means that Asian kids and adults get recognized not just as K-pop idols, but actual people. In my culture, there's a Hindi saying, "Kisse ne mujhse kaha tha ki mafi mo kisse ko chota nahi kehta aur jo sharma kehta hai vibhirdi ka swami hota hai." The movie's Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum. It means if you forgive or say sorry to someone, it doesn't mean you are weak. It actually means you have a bigger heart from those who don't. I believe this is a good thing to go by.
Puntel! Thank you, Pawan and Nivea. Now, please welcome Pranavi with a Tamil dance song Tum Tum.
నమస్తే, నా పేరు ప్రణవి. నేను ఇప్పుడు ఒక తమిళ్ డాన్స్కి డాన్స్ చేస్తున్నాను.
Please enjoy Little Root Town from students of Zion Heights Middle School.
A performance of Little Root Town, composed by Junichi Masuda from Pokemon ORAS, performed by Zion Heights Middle School students.
Coming up, a Tibetan folk dance from Kunga and Temzin. This will be followed by a keynote address from Principal Lakporia of Rouge Valley PF.
Sangmala tashi dele. During Asian Heritage Dawala, Samdida, Gaso Shu, Ngazo Parkting Public Loptaki, Lopchuk Na, Perki Riksho Shana Taptoshi, Zigbo Shirgi Yin, Shana Di, Perki Losada, Zigola Tapsoye.
Please join us as we travel out to Rouge Valley Public School for our Asian Heritage Month keynote address by the principal of the school, Mr. Riyad Lachaporia.
Greetings to all of you joining us today for this Asian Heritage Month celebration. It's my honor and privilege to be part of this amazing event. My name is Riyad Lachaporia, and I'm the proud principal of Rouge Valley Public School. I'm also a proud Canadian of South Asian descent. I can honestly share that as a young student growing up in Toronto, I never imagined that there would be a day when I could do this, present at an Asian Heritage Month celebration. I'd like to share a little bit about myself with you. I was born in Toronto to parents who immigrated to Canada in the late 1960s. Their story is not unique. Like many other Asian immigrants who came to Canada throughout history, my parents landed here with $100 in their pocket and a hope of a better life for their family. It was not easy leaving everyone and everything they knew, going to a brand new country halfway around the world and starting a new life. And while most people were very nice to them, they did, unfortunately, experience incidents of racism and Islamophobia, along with many other barriers and obstacles. Eventually, they settled in the young Eglinton area of Toronto. The first school I attended was John Fisher Public School, followed by Glenview for grades 7 and 8, and North Toronto Collegiate for high school. At that time, there was very little diversity in my community. In fact, for many years, we were the only family of color in the neighborhood. And besides my two brothers, I was the only kid in my school who looked like me. In fact, it wasn't until late in high school, grade 12 chemistry, that I had a racialized teacher. I didn't particularly like chemistry, and I wasn't really very good at it, but I was so excited to be in his class. I didn't realize it then, but I know now that the reason I always remember Dr. Kumra is because he was the first teacher in all of my school career that looked like me. Growing up, I don't remember seeing myself or any of my identities represented in the curriculum. There was nobody on TV or media, no characters in the books or stories that we read in class who looked like me. The closest I got to seeing myself represented in elementary school was this library book. And maybe this was a close second. Thankfully, so many things have changed, and we've come a long way. As a teacher, then guidance counselor, then vice principal, and now principal, I'm so proud of the TDSB's commitment to honoring and celebrating all of the identities of the students in our board. It reminds us and reinforces the message that we are seen, we are important, and that we belong. I want to thank the organizers for their efforts to provide this forum. As I mentioned at the beginning, as a young student, I never imagined that one day in classes and schools across the board, students would come together to celebrate our Asian heritage, identities, our proud traditions, cultures, and histories. I'm truly honored to be part of this wonderful event.
You're watching the 2023 Asian Heritage Month virtual celebration event. Now, back to the show.
During Asian Heritage Month, we celebrate and honor the different cultures, histories, and contributions of the Asian community. It's time for us to think about how strong and brave the Asian community is in the face of tough times and unfair treatment. We should also appreciate people who have done amazing things in different areas like arts, science, business, and politics. Even if I'm not Asian, I know how important it is to include everyone and treat them with respect. We need to stand up against hate crimes towards any race or group. We should all work together to create a world that is fair and equal for everyone, no matter where they come from. So let's use this month as a chance to learn and appreciate the different cultures of the Asian community. We can work together to make the world where everyone feels valued and respected.
Great.
Parkdale!
Asian Heritage Month to me means a lot. It's a great way to express and embrace my culture, and also is a big part of my identity. It's also a good way to shine light upon the underappreciation of some countries, such as South Asia, the Middle East, You'd be surprised about how uneducated people are about the continent and the people of Asia.
Thank you, Othman and Tamina. Please enjoy this Taekwondo demonstration from students of Northern Secondary School and Winchester Public School coming up next.
Cut! 준비! King stance, up! 자, 준비. 하나, 둘, 준비. 자, take one. 3. Northern Secondary.
Winchester Public School!
John Ross Robertson Recorder Ensemble presents Loyal, Brave, True. With scenes from Disney's Mulan and vocalist Sydney E. Mulan, fearful that her ailing father will be drafted into the military, masquerades as a man to take his place and goes off to train with fellow recruits in Imperial China.
Oh,
You're watching the 2023 Asian Heritage Month virtual celebration event. Now, back to the show.
For example, to me, Asian heritage is incredibly diverse and rich. There are so many cultures, traditions, and histories that make up the Asian continent. I think it's important to celebrate and honor these differences while also recognizing the commonalities that bind us together. It represents the deep cultural, artistic, and philosophical traditions that has been passed through generations. It is a source of pride and identity for many people who identify as Asian, and it is something that should be respected and celebrated. It is also a reminder of the struggles and challenges that many people from Asia have faced and continue to face, and the resilience and strength that have helped them overcome these obstacles. Finally, it is a call to action to continue to preserve, celebrate, and pass on our heritage to future generations. Ultimately, Asian heritage is about honoring the past, living in the present, and building a better future for all in beliefs of people who are the Asian descent.
Parkdale.
Hi, my name is Kim Khánh. I'm describing what the Asian Heritage Month means to me in Vietnamese. Xin chào mọi người. Đối với em, tháng di sản châu Á là một lời nhắc nhở quan trọng về sự tôn vinh và tôn trọng sự khác biệt về văn hóa. Đồng thời, đây là cơ hội tuyệt vời để tôn vinh nền văn hóa và lịch sử phong phú của các cộng đồng người châu Á. Bên cạnh đó, đây cũng là thời điểm để suy ngẫm về những vấn đề mà người dân châu Á đã và đang phải đối mặt, đồng thời hướng tới việc tạo ra một thế giới công bằng và nhân ái hơn. Thank you for listening.
Parkdale.
Please welcome Tenzin D and Tenzin P, who will be presenting a Tibetan Gorshe dance, followed by students from Parkdale Junior and Senior Public School singing a Hindi song titled Hum Honge Kamyab.
Hãy subscribe cho kênh Ghiền Mì Gõ để không bỏ lỡ những video hấp dẫn.
నమస్తే నా పేరు ప్రణవి నేను ఇప్పుడు ఒక పాట పాడుతున్నాను హిందీలో హమ్ హోంగే కామయాబ్ ఇప్పుడు లియంతో నవేతో పాడుతున్నాను हम होंगे कामयाब हम होंगे कामयाब हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन ओ मन में है विश्वास पूरा है विश्वास हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन हम चलेंगे साथ साथ डाले हाथों में हाथ हम चलेंगे साथ साथ एक दिन ओ मन में है विश्वास पूरा है विश्वास हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन होगी शांति चारों ओर होगी शांति चारों ओर होगी शांति चारों ओर एक दिन ओ मन में है विश्वास पूरा है विश्वास हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन नहीं डर किसी का आज नहीं डर किसी का आज नहीं डर किसी का आज एक दिन ओ मन में है विश्वास पूरा है विश्वास हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन हम होंगे कामयाब हम होंगे कामयाब हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन ओ मन में है विश्वास पूरा है विश्वास हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन
Hi, today I'm speaking about Asian Heritage Month in Vietnamese. Đối với tôi, tháng di sản châu Á là một lễ kỷ niệm hàng năm, xảy ra vào tháng 5 để ghi nhận và đánh giá cao những đóng góp thành tựu của người Canada gốc Á trong suốt lịch sử. Đây là cơ hội tìm hiểu về các nền văn hóa truyền thống, lịch sử đa dạng của nhiều cộng đồng châu Á khác nhau đã biến Canada thành quê hương của họ để tôn vinh vai trò quan trọng của họ trong việc định hình đất nước mà chúng ta biết ngày nay. Thông qua các nghệ thuật, âm nhạc, khiêu vũ và các sự kiện văn hóa khác, Tháng di sản châu Á được tạo cơ hội cho các cộng đồng xích lại gần nhau hơn và tôn vinh di sản chung của họ, đồng thời thúc đẩy sự hiểu biết và đánh giá cao hơn về những thách thức và trải nghiệm độc đáo mà người Canada và người châu Á phải đối mặt. Parkdale!
Our final musical number for today will be presented by the Zion Heights Choir. The well-known song Lean on Me is often used to uplift and inspire communities to come together, and we hope it does the same for all of us today.
Ba
afternoon, please welcome students from Churchill Heights Public School and St. Andrew's Public School who will present a Turkish poem titled A Call for Unity and Peace.
Dostlukla uzattık ellerimizi, açık kalpler ve kollarla, bizi karşılayan topraklara, Kanada'ya. Sevgi ve nezaket ile, anlayış ve saygının olduğu aydınlık bir geleceğe. Ayrımlar olmadan çalışıp hep birlikte. Bir dünya kuralım, barış ve umutla, paylaşarak dünyayı birlikte güçlüyüz yalnız olmaktansa.
We extend our hand of friendship high to Canada, a land that has welcomed us with open hearts and open arms. With love and kindness as our guide, we'll work towards a future bright, where understanding and respect abide and divisions are cast aside. Let's build a world of peace and hope together with a shared scope. For in this world we call our own, we're stronger united than alone.
Thank you, students, for your wonderful poem. Now, please welcome System Superintendent Peter Chang, who will provide us with closing remarks.
What a wonderful celebration of Asian strengths, Asian talents, Asian languages, and Asians who proudly reside as settlers on Turtle Island. So many performances representing Asia's 6 regions through dance performances, song, martial arts, and recorder and choral productions. What a treat it has been today. I love the vignettes brought forward by students from Parkdale Public School, as well as Dr. Rita Cox, Kinamanagak School. They shared what it meant to be Asians in Toronto and Canada today, while also acknowledging the past and celebrating the present and the future. I want to take this opportunity to thank Rishi and Ren for their amazing co-hosting. To also thank Chair Chernis Lin and Director Russell Rollins for their thoughtful remarks about diversity and inclusion of the diasporic identities in the TDSB, and to Riyad Lachporia for his personal reflections that have a resounding impact on so many of us who also share similar experiences. Last, but definitely not least, I'd like to thank the marvelous members of the Asian Heritage Month Committee who spent hours and hours of their personal time after school, evenings, and weekends to bring this vision into a stunning reality today. You are appreciated, and your dedication makes a difference to staff, students, and communities around the world. To the viewers who are watching today, we hope you enjoyed the small representation of Asia in the past hour. Asia is the largest continent in the world with hundreds of different cultures, each with their own rich history and potential. We encourage you to explore some of these Asian cultures, not only this month, but throughout the school year. On behalf of everyone who participated on Asian Heritage Month's virtual launch, thank you for joining us today. And final words I send back. Thank you.
Please have a